Hi, I'm Carrie from The Summer Home. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a fun one. It is all about decorating 101. So these are tips that I've learned over the 20 plus years of decorating all the different homes that we've lived in, and things I think will be helpful for you to know regardless of the stage that you're at with decorating your own home. All right, let's get right into it. So before you start decorating, I think the first thing that you need to do is kind of figure out what your decorating style is. And I feel like a good spot to do this is Pinterest. You could obviously find inspo in other ways, like with home decor books and other social media platforms, but I love Pinterest for inspiration. And once you've picked a bunch of different images that resonate with you, look through them and kind of see what is common. What's the common thread that's running through all those photos? And this is what is going to help you identify what your design style is. Let's take my style for instance. Here are a few inspiration pics that I love. And the commonalities that I see running through all of these photos are the white walls, wood accents, woven furniture, vintage rugs, eclectic pillows, white wall treatments, and baskets. So then I can take those items and think about how I could do that in my own home. For instance, if a vintage rug isn't in the budget, let's look for a vintage inspired rug. I can find eclectic pillows for different pieces of furniture, and I can definitely add in wood and brass accent pieces and layer in baskets and other woven pieces. Okay, moving on. The next thing that I want to talk about is area rugs. And I want to start with area rugs because they quite literally are the foundation of a room. Rugs play a crucial role in any home, a must-have really for adding character, warmth, and color to your spaces. A rug has the power to tie a room together, whether that is a main living room, a bedroom, office, or even a kitchen. And don't be afraid to layer a rug over carpet in your bedroom. Here are two shots taken from the same spot, and you can see how much the area rug adds. And similarly, in our guest bedroom, here are two different shots of the same room, but with different rugs. I will link rugs seen in my home in the description below. But before moving on, let's talk briefly about layering rugs. Here are a few tips. Don't go too small for the rug on top. I suggest layering a rug about 2/3 the size of the rug underneath. And when layering a rug, ensure that the base rug is a simple rug. You wouldn't want to layer pattern over pattern with rugs. Next on my list of decorating tips, I want to talk about window coverings. Window treatments can make all the difference in a space. Take my den, for example, shown here. This is the same space, but with different window coverings, it can give you a completely different look, from a more bold look to a neutral look to our current linen drapery panels. To get this fuller look, I ordered panels twice the size of my windows. Window coverings can be quite expensive. So we have lived in our home for 10 years, and I remember when we built, I put in these inexpensive, from a big box store, white 2-inch slatted wood blinds. You've probably seen them a million times. And I really, really wanted woven shades at that point, but it was so far out of our budget that it was not happening. So I told myself, well, we'll just put these in for a little bit, and then when we have the extra money, we'll do the woven blinds. Fast forward 10 years, I'm literally just starting to put those woven blinds in each of the rooms. So window coverings take time, but you can find great affordable options while you're waiting for your dream window coverings. I will put a few links for affordable window coverings in the description below, and I will also link the drapery and woven blinds that we currently have. Lastly, I will put a couple of blog post links that are full of window covering tips. All right, the next tip that I want to talk about is all about pillows, pillow inserts, and pillow covers. So in my home, most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, I go with a pillow insert and a pillow cover instead of buying the pillows like the all-in-one from the stores. And here's why. They look so much more high-end, even if you buy a really affordable throw pillow cover, to put a really nice down insert in it, 10 times better. It looks so much better. So even if you are gonna buy, I buy pillows from Target all the time, but make sure they have the little zipper so you can put your own insert into them. It really, quite literally, makes a huge difference. So the other thing I really love them for is that you can switch them out easily. So I have pillow inserts in all of my rooms, and then when I'm looking for a change or I want to, change out my pillows for a season, I can just take the inserts out and put them into the new pillow covers. And I have my pillow covers for years. I have some really high-end ones that I've had since we built the house 10 years ago. So I put them in a little tote, and you can just easily switch them in and out depending on kind of what you're feeling or seasonally.
I will put links below in the description so you can shop my favorite pillow inserts as well as my favorite pillow covers.
All right, this next one's kind of along the same lines as my thought process with the pillow inserts and the pillows. So for a lot of my artwork, I order digital art prints. And I'll put in the description below a couple blog posts that you'll find helpful, all about like ordering art prints and printing them online. But most of my artwork that you see throughout my home are digital art prints. And the reason I do this is kind of, like I said, similar to the pillow inserts, is that I buy one frame and then I can switch it out as many times as I want with different art prints into the same frame seasonally, or just when I'm looking to like refresh my decor. So I have an entire collection of art prints, again, that I've had for quite some time. And I can just go through there each season and pick one that I want to switch out, and my frames remain the same. And it's just the art prints that switch out. This way it's a lot more affordable than buying new artwork all the time. All right, moving on. And this one is a big one, you guys, especially if you have an all-white home. And this is adding in texture. This is what will give your home that warm and cozy feeling. So adding in texture with things like throw pillows, throw blankets, baskets, wood accessories, area rugs. When we were building our house 10 years ago, it was kind of before the whole all-white home was a thing, and at least in my part of the country. So I told our builder that I wanted the entire interior painted all white, and he was like, "You're crazy." Like, he literally thought I was nuts. He even told my husband, like, "This is crazy." But I had this vision in my head, and I had this was before Instagram and before, I did have Pinterest, but I had this vision in my head of this all white home, but make it warm and cozy with things like textiles and woven materials.
Here are some examples. It could be something as large as a woven chair, or smaller like a woven coffee table basket, or a chunky throw blanket draped over the back of a chair. It could also be a basket next to a sofa filled with pillows and throw blankets. And you can see from this living room shot how cold and boring my living room feels without adding in the layers of different textures.
The next thing that I want to talk about, and you may have heard of this, but it is the styling in groups of 3. If you look around my home, you will find styling vignettes of 3 almost in every single room. So kitchen countertop, on my coffee table, on my nightstand, on my desk, console table. It really, really works, and let me explain it in a little bit more detail here.
The rule of 3 is simply that a grouping of odd numbers is most pleasing to our eyes, and 3 is the magic number that our eyes prefer the most. And when placing 3 objects, whether that be on a console table, a kitchen countertop, nightstand, or desk, you want the grouping of 3 to be made up of objects that are of varying height and sizes. One last thing to note, these shots that I'm showing here have more than 3 objects, but because the items are corralled in a basket or a bowl, our eye sees it as just 3.
All right, moving on. And the next tip that I want to talk about is lighting. In my opinion, nothing elevates a home more than designer or designer-inspired lighting. This is another one that, like window coverings, can be quite expensive. And so I just want to note that there's nothing wrong with taking your time on this one.
And you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a high-end look. My island pendants are from Amazon, this woven pendant is from Target, and my bookshelf lights are a more affordable option as well. I like to get inspiration from high-end lighting looks and then try to find something similar at a more affordable price.
And last but definitely not least, I want to talk about splurge versus save for a minute. If you're going to splurge on items, make it be on larger pieces of furniture. We have had our Pottery Barn sectional that is now up in the bonus room, but it was in our living room for years, since my daughter was 2 and she's now 15. So we definitely splurged. It was expensive for us, and we still have it. Same with our beds. We splurged on all 3 of our beds, my daughter's room, our room, and our guest bedroom, and they are for sure 3 of my very favorite pieces of furniture. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. You guys, this was a really fun one for me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And as always, if you found this video helpful and you liked it, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. And I'll put a link or a couple links in the description below so you can easily shop my home and shop the items that were shown in this video. Until next time, see you later.